Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mitchell. Hey, in this video, I want to talk about allowing people to come and go in your life as they please. This, depending on the person that we're allowing in your life and then out of your life as they please, is going to be very difficult depending on the situation. Like if it's an acquaintance, that's going to be no problem. If it's one of your best friends that you really like, well, that might be an issue because then you might not have someone to hang out with. If it's a girlfriend that you're in a relationship with, that might cause some stress depending on how bad your anxiety is. And then if you get broken up with, that heartbreak's going to make this real hard. So let's kind of talk about that, okay? So there is a quote that my coach Corey Wayne says that he got from a guy named Teekman Han that says, "You must love in such a way where the other person you love feels free." And that has been one of the most eye-opening quotes for me. And that has taught me to basically be patient with the person that I'm trying to hang out with, okay? And so if with that case, if we need to love where the other person feels free, we want them to choose you, which is why I say that we want to allow women to come to you. Because if a woman is choosing to be with you, if she's choosing to get in a relationship with you, if she's choosing to move in with you, she's emotionally investing in you. She's going to want you and love you and care for you much more than if you were to bring that up to her. In fact, I just got done filming a video where I talked about do not force things to happen. So like, for example, if you ask a girl, if you ask a girl about, hey, being in a relationship, like, hey, we've been dating for a couple weeks now, like, I really want to get in a relationship with you, what do you feel, or how do you feel about that? She's going to hit you with something like, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship right now. And what she's saying is she just doesn't want to be in a relationship with you right now because that's weak, needy, and insecure behavior. That's feminine behavior to bring up the relationship. Needy and insecure guys will do that because they want to rush things and they want to lock the girl down so that way she's not being taken by any other guys, okay? We want the woman to bring up the relationship. So in this case then, allowing people to come and go in your life. So let me see if I can give you a couple examples here on just how we can understand this, okay? This is really going to teach you guys patience and emotional maturity, okay? So if you are, like I said, if you're meeting someone new and you're talking to someone new, or like if you're hanging out with a person that's a friend, and you guys see each other like once a week or whatever, you're not really like rushing to see them. You guys, like I've got friends now, and this is kind of hard to explain, but I've got friends now where, like I've got friends where like I'll text them if I want to see them or talk to them or if I need something, but that's like very occasionally. I'm not always in their face, and if sometimes she will text me, or like I said, I'll text her. I hang out with him or her like very rarely, and just because they've got a life, I've got a life, but these are people that I keep in my life, and so I'm gonna let them come and go as they please. If they want to see me, cool. If I want to hang out with them and they can't at the time, okay, that's cool. We'll try again sometime later, and I know I'll see them eventually. And that was a very difficult way to explain that. But if you have best friends right now where you don't see often, but you still occasionally talk to them and you occasionally see them, that's what I was trying to tie into this video, okay? Is you're allowing them in your life and out of your life whenever they want to be in there and whenever they don't. So if they're your best friends and they're posting on Instagram and you can watch their stories and they're not talking with you, well, they're not in your life right now. But if they text you or they ask you to hang out, well, they want to be in it. Okay, so that's where I was going with that. Now, if you are talking to girls, like if you're not in a relationship and you're dating girls and you're trying to get into a relationship with a girl, if you have a girl, I'll give you a personal example to make this really easy to understand. There was this girl that I really wanted to hit things off with. I really wanted to see where this goes. And we got to a point where we agreed that we wanted to see each other in person because it was right before a hurricane, so we really couldn't. And then I ended up texting her because I wanted to see if her words match her actions, because you should always judge a woman based on her actions, not her words. A woman will show you how she really thinks and feels about you based on what she does, not what she says, okay? So that's not like red pill or anything like that. I'm not hating women, but a woman's actions is going to show you if she cares about you or not. So in this case then, we agreed to meeting in person because we wanted to hang out in person. And I said, great. Well, text me later this week when you know your schedule and let's get together in person and just have some fun. And she said, sounds great. It has been several weeks now since I have heard from this girl. Her actions are telling me that she didn't really care enough to want to hang out with me. But her words said like, yeah, I want to. Let's see where this goes. So do you see do you see how like the bottom line factor is she said one thing, but her actions showed me another, okay? So in that case, I'm allowing her to come in my life because we were talking at that time, and then I gave her the option to come back in or to choose to leave, and she chose to leave. Now, when I see this girl again, because I do see her every couple of weeks because she works at the barbershop that I get my hair cut at, if history repeats itself, I will hear from her again. Now, whether or not she decides to push things forward or not, at this point, I could really care less. If she does, cool, I'll see where it goes. If she doesn't, that's fine with me too. I don't care at this point in time. All right? But where I'm allowing her to come and go is I told her to get back with me when she knows her schedule. And since I told her to do something, I'm not going to text her saying like, hey, did you figure out your schedule? I have too much self-respect to do that, okay? I told you to do something. You said you would do it. Now you need to show me that your words match your actions because that's a respectful thing to do. And you need to come back. So if she does come back around and she eventually wants to hang out, well, it's kind of rude that you waited almost a month or whatever to get back to me. But you know what? Hey, it's good to hear from you. Let's see where this goes. All right? Now, another example is if you get broken up with. None of us want to be here, but this is going to happen to everybody at some point in time, and it's likely going to happen several times throughout your life. So we can't avoid this. You are going to get broken up with, or you are going to do the breaking up with. In this case, if you get broken up with, your girlfriend or boyfriend is choosing to leave your life. They no longer want to be with you in a romantic relationship. The most self-respecting and self-loving thing that you can do is let them go. Do not beg them, do not plead them, do not chase them as hard as it might be in that moment, okay? And if you already did that, stop doing it because you can always, once you leave them alone, then they can reflect on who you were and if they miss it or not in the future. But if they're choosing to leave your life, let them go. Let them go. And if you don't chase them, because the only self-loving and self-respecting thing to do is to walk away and never look back and go find somebody else who's going to give you what you want. And in this case, it's a relationship with somebody that wants to be with you. We only want to be with people that want to be with you. They are choosing to no longer want to be with you. So leave them alone. As much as it's going to hurt, do not reach out to these people. If they broke it, they got to fix it. Okay? Now, as much as I hate saying that, time is going to make this better because in time, you're going to think about these people less. And then eventually, you will find another romantic partner, and then you will no longer think about this person that broke up with you. But by walking away and meeting it, you're allowing them to leave your life. And if they miss you later down the road, and I think statistics say that, like flip a coin, like there's a 50-50 shot of you getting back with your ex. Now, 50-50 of getting back. Coach Craig Kenneth, and I've got one of his YouTube videos up right now, says that it might be higher than that because those are just from studies, but that doesn't involve everybody that hears from their ex or gets back with their exes. So it's possible that if you have that you had an emotional bond with this person at some point in time, you might hear from them. Now, when that day comes, I can't tell you that. It could be a week, a month, it could be years. We don't know, okay? But hopefully you're doing what you need to do as a man and moving on when you're ready to do that, okay? But in this situation, by not chasing your ex, you're allowing them to leave your life. And because you're not reaching out, you're going to no contact, excuse me, you're going to allow them to come back into your life. So if you still want to see your ex by that time, if this person does come back, right, allow them in. Just be excited. Don't be overly excited. Be like, hey, name, hey, Mitchell, it's good to hear from you. I'd love to see you. When are you free? Let's get together. And then plan a time to hang out with them. Now, I'm going to recommend that you watch Corey Wayne's video on 7 Principles to Get an Ex Back, because we want them to do 100% of the pursuing. If they broke it, they need to prove to you that they deserve a second chance. Okay? That's going to be a total mindset change. That's why I recommend you watch that video, because you're going to be, rejection breeds obsession. So when you get broken up with, even if you know that that relationship wasn't good because you got broken up with, your interest in this person is going to shoot through the roof, okay? So you're going to be battling with the thoughts of, oh my God, I want them back, I miss them so much, when we really need to be thinking, you know what, they broke up with me. If they want to come back, they got to work for it. Okay, so you're going to be in, and I do this every time, you're going to be in that limbo of, God, I miss them, I want them back. And then like, no, you broke up with me. I know what I did for you. I know your life is better because of me. You need to come back in my life, and you need to prove to me that I should take you back. All right? Remember, you don't want to be an asshole about it. We want to welcome them back. Hey, I knew you'd come back. It's good to hear from you. I'd love to see you. When are you free to hang out? That mindset right there of not being like angry or kind of like a dickhead to your ex if they come back around, like, oh, it's been several months and you're just not coming back. Okay, once you process the breakup and you process the anger that you're going to have, which you should always do, so all that resentment that you had just goes away. The idea of welcoming them back, like hey, you know what, it's been a long time, I'm good to hear from you. When I watch Corey Wayne's videos, because I study him heavily, he's like, love is fun and playful. And so the idea then of not being like spiteful, depending on your life circumstances, if you've got trauma in your past, I'm sure we all do, that could be very difficult. But we want to be indifferent, right? We want to allow these people to come in your life. Like, yeah, you know what, you chose to leave and that sucks, but yeah, I'm going to go find somebody else that wants me. And if you come back around, maybe I'll give you a second chance. Once you start adopting that principle, that mindset of being indifferent, that you could care less. If they want to be with you, cool. If they don't want to be with you, that's cool, because there's somebody out there in the world that will want to be with you just as much as they did when y'all first started dating. All it's going to take is just time until you find that person. Once you get to that point in time, the idea of welcoming them back in a more happier channel, I guess, is going to make more sense. Now, of course, depending on how soon that breakup was and how emotionally inexperienced you are, that might be hard. But again, it's, you got to look at it like that. Like, you don't want to be with me anymore. That sucks. I don't agree with this. I think that we were awesome together, but I'm not gonna fight you if that's what you want. Okay, best of luck. And if you change your mind, give me a call. Otherwise, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna go look for somebody else. That's the mindset you want to have. Okay, that is supposedly like the masculine mindset, where you're indifferent. Masculine energy is calm, cool, and collected. All right, that is what we want to be. Feminine nature, feminine energy is chaotic. That's why women they get in those mood swings so easily all the time. Well, so freaking out and being mean if somebody returns, that's feminine behavior. We want to be cool. Hey babe, it's been a while. It's good to hear from you. I'd love to see you. Okay, we want to adopt that mindset. That what's that? It's not like tranquil, but there's God, the guy's name is like Seneca. And if you know what I'm trying to talk about, you might know. Stoic? Stoic. It's the Stoic principle. Like, we could kind of care less either way. I haven't read enough books on Stoic behavior to really understand if that's where it comes from. But I do know that that's like the Stoic philosophy of hey, we're just trying to be cool by ourselves. We could care less, all right? So that's going to be the video right there, man. Allow people to come in here and go in life as they please. Basically, you never want to, like, don't force people to come in your life. Don't chase them. All right? If someone leaves you, let them go. Let them come back at their own pace. I just told you with this girl right here. I gave her a chance to come back, and so far she hasn't. And I'm not chasing her because I know that there's another girl out there that's going to tell me she wants to see me, but actually follow through with it. And because I know that, hey, you know what? For the time being, when I didn't hear from her, you know, it might have sucked then, but it's been long enough where I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool. That's fine. On to the next girl. Right? So listen, if you're a guy that wants to get better at dating and relationships, my new book is finally available. I finally finished it. There's going to be a link in the description. Click that link and there's going to be a video on the next page that will explain how this book will help you, like everything I cover in the book and whatnot. So then you can determine if that would be for you or not. Also, a link down below for my coaching is going to be available as well. Same thing applies here. Okay, if you're going to see a video on the next page that's going to explain how my coaching will help you and why my coaching works, and I help people with personal development, mindset, confidence, you know, personal life, relationships, business, making more money, career-wise. So with that being said, guys, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and then I'll see you guys in the next one.